So we never felt like it was, us versus them. She has to do that. She has to do that, and these players are vocal about it. So it doesn't look good for her. It does not look good. So she got to fix that. It's her on her to fix it.
Nah, because I look at it like I hear what she's attempting to try to say, but I just feel like she's 100% wrong because when they brought up the whole Caitlin Clark thing, in my head I'm going, yo, how could you possibly say that about her? Like, how could you possibly say that about before she ever put a WNBA jersey on? She was must-see TV. Her and Angel Reese going back and forth was must-see TV.
Absolutely.
And they were in college uniforms. They weren't in professional. So for you to go, it's because of us. No, Ice Cube offered her $5 million to not go to you. So she did that out of I want to be in the WNBA.
Right.
She could have just went and got $5 million for Ice Cube to play against the men.
Yeah.
So how could you say it's you?
Right.
Like I didn't understand it. Like, cause it's like
totally disconnected.
I know. Welcome to the I Don't Care What You Think podcast. It's your host Doughboy, and I have Andy in the building with me, and I have a very, 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 very special guest that I am truly, truly excited to introduce to all of you. And I'm gonna read because it was too many to remember off the top of my head. All right, 3-time WNBA All-Star. 2-time WNBA champion, 2-time All WNBA. Oh wow. 2-time All American, Big 12 Player of the Year, Big 8 Player of the Year, first team All Big 12, and first team All Big 8, and the head coach of 2 years. Tamecka Dixon.
What's up, guys? How y'all doing?
First, I want to say thank you so much for coming up here and being a part of our journey. So up here, we like to talk to people from New Jersey. It's about New Jersey. That's around New Jersey. Big or small, superstar or nobody. None of that matters. As long as you're doing something positive, have done something positive,
right,
and have continued to push the state forward in any kind of way. And as for you, it's not every day you get legendary athletes to come tell a story, because you'll be surprised how many people is from New Jersey.
Absolutely.
Because they get drafted somewhere and they've been back to New Jersey and forever.
Right.
Like the last time Shaquille O'Neal played basketball here, he was beating on the Nets.
This is a fact.
So many people be like, oh, I didn't know he was from New Jersey. So it's like that. So how have you been?
I've been amazing. Life has been good. I stepped into the coaching situation. I'm coaching now at my alma mater, and I'm enjoying the journey. So life has been amazing.
So what made you take that step into coaching? Because you said you only been coaching, this is your second year. So what made you even jump into coaching, being a former player?
For me, it's just about giving back. I've always been about the youth. And so for me, it was an opportunity to go back to the place that kind of raised me and made me, and give back in that way. So I've had opportunities here and there to coach, but nothing like going back home and being able to pour into the youth in the community that I came from. So that's what brought me back.
So you reached out to them, or like was they like, pardon my language, was they like a bad team? And you was like, I could fix this.
Yeah, it kind of was that way. It really was that way. Like, when I was coming up in high school, we were, they were talking dynasty. Like, we were legendary in the early 90s. And since me, it hasn't been that way. We had a couple good years here and there, but just nothing that lasted. The boys on our side, the Linden boys, have always been good. Legendary coaches, legendary players. And so I wanted to kind of bring some of that steam back for the girls. And so that's kind of what brought me back.
So how was it coming back? Like knowing that, like you said, you was a part of the dream team, Linden.
Yeah.
So how was it like coming back? Was it like a nervous feeling? Because it's like as a player, we carried this organization, and it's like now I'm back as a coach.
Right. Yeah, I mean the first thing that I kind of understood is that I can't control anything. Like as a player, it's a little bit easier because I can control the destiny. I know what I'm going to do on the court. But now I got to pour into them and hope that I will them in a direction enough to get the best out of them. And year two we're looking to do that. So yeah, it's been fun.
So how was year one?
Year one was good. Prior to me, they probably been above 500. I could probably count on one hand. We went 13-13, so right away we made some strides. Moved up a division. We won our division last year, which was the lowest level in our division. They moved us up to the next level. So I'm excited. I think our girls they're bought in. They've been working all summer and spring, and so now here we are, and I think they're ready for it, to take it to another level.
What got you into sports?
My dad. My father was a great player as well. His name was Russell Boo Bowers. He was a college All-American, second round pick in the NBA. Did some amazing things. Played internationally overseas a few years in Argentina, Italy, France. So he was the one that kind of put the ball in my hand and gave me a little bit of a love for it. And he didn't force me. It was just I saw what he could do with it. And most girls grow up wanting to be like their mom. Mm-hmm. But I grew up and wanted to do everything my dad did. So he started taking me to the gym as early as 3 years old, and I loved it. Started loving it then.
So, wait, why you to be in Jersey? You right here by Rutgers.
Yes.
You right here by Connecticut.
Yes.
So you right here by UConn. You by Syracuse. Why Kansas?
Yeah. The coach, legendary coach. Her name was Marion Washington. At the time, she had been at Kansas 20 plus years. They called her the dean of Big 8 coaches. It was the Big 8 when I first got there, and then my senior year moved to the Big 12, which is why I was the last Big 8 player of the year and the first Big 12 player of the year.
That's fire. That's fire.
But she was the reason. She was definitely the reason. When I came out of high school, I wanted to play for a strong black woman. I knew that. And there weren't many at that time. Now there's plenty of them. But when I was coming out, there was a few. If you look at it, it was Vivian Stringer, who was coaching at Iowa when I was coming out, and Rutgers for some years, and Marion Washington. They were the two cream of the crop. And so, yeah, that's what kind of got me to Kansas. I mean, obviously, I got out there on a campus visit and loved the girls, loved the campus. All of that kind of added to it too. But I wanted to play for somebody that I knew, and my mom and my dad was sold on knowing that when I left there, I was going to have my degree and I was going to grow up. I was going to be, she was going to leave me better than when I started, and that's what happened.
So is it an actual culture shock, like going from high school ball to the college ball?
Oh yeah, for sure. It's definitely a learning curve. I was everything coming out of high school, recruited by over 300 colleges and all of that. And then, I thought I was going to, step right into college and be ready. But there was definitely a learning curve. I struggled tremendously my freshman year. Thought about leaving Kansas and all of that, but my coach stuck with me. My parents wouldn't let me leave. They was like, "You picked it, so you got to deal with it." And I'm glad I did. I was able to flourish and grow, and I grew up a lot at Kansas. But kudos to my teammates and my head coach and my staff that was there that kind of helped me through all of that.
So what was the hardest adjustment?
I just think it was mental. Physically, I definitely could have played a lot more as a freshman. And I got a lot of minutes. I started as a freshman. But mentally, just the preparation. She moved me too. So when I was in high school, I never played the point guard position. I was small forward. I even played a little bit of power forward in high school. And then when I got to college, she moved me to point guard, which is like managing the whole team. So it was definitely a learning curve for me there. And I think that was kind of what slowed my transition a little bit. But I was, it ultimately made me a better player.
Yeah, but from you saying all that to know that you dominated,
Yeah.
like when you read off what you did, and it's like, yo, you dominated when you was in Kansas. Like to
Yeah.
know that it was a learning curve for you, and you was like, damn, I don't know if I'm gonna stay here.
Yeah.
To go from that to the best player in the conference,
I know.
yo, that is a crazy thing. Like, yo, I don't know if I want to be here. Best player in the conference, 2 back-to-back, 2 years, take both of them.
Yeah.
That is crazy.
Nobody understands that journey. That journey was crazy though. I mean, it was crazy. Like, there were definitely it was a huge learning curve for me. And my freshman year, like I said, I struggled tremendously. But my sophomore year, you started to see some, just some bright spots, and then junior and senior year it was pretty much over with.
So who would you say in college? Because I know they say in sports you have rivalries.
Yeah.
Who would you say player-wise, not even team-wise, who would you say player-wise was the one you looked out for the most? Like, I can't wait to play that player. Or that player give me the biggest,
it was more teams than it was players for me at that time. And we were in the Big 8, so Colorado was a huge Colorado, Missouri. And then once we got to the Big 12, the Texas schools like Texas Tech were always huge rivalries for us, and they always had, really good players. So, yeah, it was more teams than it was players. I never really looked at players per se. I'm sure they looked at me and was like, we stopping her, but I never felt like that. It was always a team thing for me.
Okay, so with all the stuff do you have a when you transition from high school and go to college, do you have a moment like a particular game and you was like, oh, this ain't high school basketball no more?
Yeah, practice, like probably my first practice. I remember vividly, like, I thought, that I was going to come in there and dominate. I was the All-American coming in. Our class, I came in with 3 other girls, and we were ranked in the top 50 in the nation. And so, we had a lot of confidence coming in. And I remember, like it was yesterday, we were just playing pickup game. It was before practice even started. And, I got by my girl and I drove the lane, and our center at the time, her name was Lisa Tate, threw my shit in the stands. And I was like, and that never happened. Like in high school, nobody was ever getting up and doing that. And so that's when I kind of knew, like, all right, this is a different level here. And I mean, when I say she sent it, she sent it. And so, yeah, that was kind of like welcome to college, and you're gonna have to figure this out.
So, did you know you was gonna go pro before you was eligible to go, or it was still like I'm really about to leave college and make this step?
So at the time, like, I'll give you a little education on professional women's basketball. So at the time when I was a senior, there was actually, we knew that the WNBA was going to come about because my former assistant coach at Kansas left Kansas to become the director of player personnel for the WNBA. So I knew it was coming my junior year. And then also my college coach was the assistant to that 96 Olympic team with Tara Vanderveer. And that 96 team kind of spurred all the interest and everything for the WNBA. So she was coaching that. So we knew that was coming. But there was also another professional women's league called the ABL, which was already in existence like 2 years before. ABL was paying the money, the six figures at the time, which was a lot of money for us. And the WNBA was the stain, had David Stern behind it, the NBA, the backing of the NBA. So the seniors at the time, which was myself, had an opportunity to choose which league you wanted to go to. Was you going to for the money? WNBA wasn't paying the money, but I kind of figured it was going to be around having the backing of the NBA for as long as it was going to be. And now I feel like I made the right decision. You're talking about almost year 30 for the Dubs. So, I made the right decision, but we had options, and prior to that, we had none. So it was like, you had to figure out whether he was gonna go overseas, and we still, like, I still had to go overseas. I played 8 years overseas internationally in between my WNBA seasons, but I wouldn't have changed a thing. I thought because 2 years into the WNBA, the ABL folded, and all the players from the ABL came over into the WNBA and made it the best league, period. So it was a cool time to live in.
So with you being in the beginning of the lifespan of the WNBA,
Right.
do you sometimes? How do you compare your era of when you women played to how it is now? How the women played?
Yeah, I mean.
And I asked that because it's a funny thing. I asked that. We had a guest here today, and I told him you was coming. And his mind automatically went like Angel Reese and them.
Yeah.
I was like, bro, she's from a different era of
Yeah,
women's basketball.
yeah, for sure.
So like, do you see that and you just be like, y'all was the pioneers because y'all was first, but like, it's like y'all still suffer the same problems sometimes.
Yeah. Nah, for sure. It's the evolution is the evolution, right? The game has changed a little bit, but I would put our era of players up against this era of players any day. Like, any day. You could pick some of the players of my era, and they, with the way that the WNBA is playing now, the wide open lanes, and now you got the post players stepping back and shooting, so you're not crowding up that space. I'd eat this league up. I'd eat it up.
So who's some of your
it would be great for me right now.
Who would be some of your favorites though from this era?
I love Angel. I love I got a lot of players that I watch. I like the Vegas team. With Asia Wilson, I love their core with Jackie Young and Chelsea Gray, and I love them. It's some hoopers in this era. I don't want to take away from what they're doing. I think they're doing a beautiful job of taking the women's game and moving it forward, which is what they're supposed to do. But I enjoy just watching it from a fan standpoint now. I got no stain in it right now, and I just enjoy turning on the TV and having it on like 6 or 7 channels, and I could pick what game I want to watch, because that's what it is. That's the evolution of women's sports now. So it's beautiful for me.
I appreciate that.
Yeah.
All right, you played for teams that aren't listed anymore. How does that make you feel? Because that's a part of your legacy.
For sure.
And then when you go there and you look at it, and it'd be like, oh, yo, Tamecka Dixon was an all-star.
Yeah.
And you'd be like, yo, where the team at?
Yeah.
And it's like, yo, the team is... Like, how does that work? Do you still continue to keep the credit?
Yeah, well, yeah. So the one team that's no longer in existence that I was a part of was the Houston Comets, and obviously we know how legendary that was.
Yeah,
they won the first 4 championships
ever. Like,
yeah. So it's always been a dream of mine. Like, I've always said, I want to see that franchise should not have ever folded.
I agree.
Like, it should not have ever folded. Just too much legendary stuff has happened with that franchise. So I'm a proponent of wanting to bring that back. And I've talked to a lot of people about how that could happen, but it's definitely a franchise that I think should be a part of this new evolution of the game. And that's really it. I was with Indiana and I was with LA, and they're still going strong. Different owners, different ownership now. Indiana, same ownership, but LA was owned by the Bus family when I was there. And they're no longer a part of it, but I don't, now it's the Dodgers organization and Magic owning a piece, and whoever, but I just like to see that it's moving forward. They're taking it and moving it, so I'm good with that.
Yeah, no, I had to ask that because to meet someone who's played for the team, it makes no sense. It makes no sense. Like, Andy, I know you're not big on sports. When you look at the history of the WNBA champions,
Yeah,
The
Houston.
team that won the first 4 championships in the organization's history, the association is gone.
Yeah,
So it don't even have a name next to it. It just say WNBA champions.
yeah. Nah.
And it's like that is I've never
It's
met
crazy.
it's
Crazy
crazy
when you
see
think about
like, nothing's there.
Yeah,
Like
but you know, like when you say Cynthia Cooper, Cheryl Swoops, Tina Thompson, you know where that's from, and they should be celebrated. Like
How was it playing with them?
I played with, I didn't play with Cynthia. I was with LA, so they won the first 4, we won the next 2. So LA won the next 2. So I was with LA for 9 years, and then I moved to Houston. So I got a chance to play with Cheryl at the tail end of her career, and Tina, which Tina came out with me. So we were really cool and close at the time. Amazing, like when I think about some of the teammates that I was able to play with and grow from and learn from, just some amazing experiences and like transformational players and pieces to this whole puzzle. So it was amazing playing with them. Like I learned so much. I'm sure they also learned from me, but it was amazing to be able to grow with them and win some games with them.
So, you becoming a champion, right? Mm-hmm. I understand that you dominated high school. We know you dominated college, but when you got to the pros and being a part of the legacy of like what is the LA Sparks?
Yeah.
So it's like how was that feeling being the W? Now you're a champion in damn near every level of life now. Like there's nowhere else to go.
Yes.
So how did that make you feel when it's like, all right, we here now?
So that time was an incredible time because at that time when we won our 2, the Lakers also won. So LA was on fire, like on fire in the early 2000s. And they were very supportive of what we were doing. The organization was behind us, so it was just a great time to be alive and be a part of all of that. But to be able to just to have us, like the Lakers win it and then us come and win it back to back like that, crazy. LA was on fire. I wish I could go back and relive those moments one more time, but yeah, just an incredible experience.
So this question actually comes from the person who spoke to you to get you up here. This is actually the last question she told me to ask you before you walked up and you were sitting in your car. Being from Jersey, hometown girl.
Yeah.
This is where you from.
Yes.
How was it the first time you played Liberty? Now, she put some spice on it.
Yeah.
I'm going to tell you exactly what she's going to be mad. She said, and how did it feel playing against the best organization of all time? And they whooped her ass. I was like, all right, I ain't going to do all that. But that's just, she wanted to know, you being from New Jersey, getting drafted somewhere else.
Yes.
How was it the first time stepping back home and having to play the Liberty?
Yeah, so it's funny you asked that because, like, I was praying that I didn't get drafted by New York. And the reason I was praying for that is because my family rolls deep. So tickets would have been a problem for me. I wouldn't have been able to focus over here in New York. I'm too close to home.
Yeah, I get you.
So it was crazy how it all happened. I get drafted the furthest, from New York. And the first time that I came to the Garden, I probably had about 100 people from Jersey coming, like family members, friends, everybody coming out to support. The Garden was always electric for me to be able to just be home and, to come in and play. Obviously, the Garden is electric in itself, but just to be a girl from Jersey and on that stage, man, it was, an amazing feeling. And I always felt like, I needed to represent not only myself, but my family, but Jersey. Every time I stepped into any arena.
So even after the years went on, you ain't never think like, maybe I'll play for the Liberty before I retire?
I mean, if it would have happened, it would have happened. I was in talks when I became a free agent, but it just didn't work out that way. Houston kind of was a better fit for me. But if it would have happened, I just didn't want to get drafted there. I just knew that was gonna be crazy. But if it would have happened, it would have been cool, to just be able to be home and playing, for sure.
You like me. I'm perfectly fine with going furthest away than I could possibly do, because people don't understand it's a distraction. Like,
it is a distraction. It's a distraction.
And it could be subtle distractions too, because my cousin is Jabril Peppers.
Okay. Yeah.
So when he chose college, he chose Michigan.
Yes.
I was like, thank God.
Yeah.
Because Rutgers one of them, Penn State one of them. And then he did the whole thing. Like, I'm going to Rutgers. I said, thank God.
Yeah.
Because every time he come back to visit,
it was crazy.
And I just be like, yo,
everybody pulling you every way. You can't be everywhere all the time. And, tickets alone, you get a couple tickets and you trying to bum tickets off your teammates. It just would have been a mess. So, yeah.
So, as a head coach, right? Mm-hmm. When you see other fellow retired players become head coaches and be successful, so like Becky Ham. Mm-hmm. I said her name right?
Becky Hammond, yeah.
Hammond, all right.
Yep.
Always stop at Ham.
Yeah.
Becky Hammond. When you see the success she has and arguably being one of the greatest coaches to ever coach, so it's like, is that motivation? Like that's another former player, and it's like, it's one thing to be coaching,
right?
But to be coaching the dynasty, like to dominate it, and you be like, yeah, I remember when she ain't had no left hand. Though.
Yeah,
I was there.
Yeah, no, it is motivation. I never really wanted to coach, at that level, at the WNBA level, at the collegiate level, and I would get asked yearly. I had a lot of former players, teammates that stepped into that realm. It's just an easy transition, but I was the person that said I was never gonna coach. But the bug got me, but I won't go beyond high school. But it is motivation to see, Becky, like Dawn Staley doing what she's doing Dawn was a former teammate of mine. Seeing how they're, killing the game at the levels that they're at. And it is motivation for me because, sometimes there's a stigma with players, they always say, or they don't always say, but sometimes, the best players don't make the best coaches. All right. And that's true. But
I was about to say, I'm gonna have to agree with that.
Yeah, it's true for the most part, but I feel like as a player, if you really dive into the coach, like sometimes I think the reason that we struggle in that area is because we're looking at the player and saying, it's a game that we worked so hard for, so it came a little easier for us, right? But you can't look at your player and say, why can't you do that?
I was thinking, I'm over here thinking that, like, you look at the player and be like, I would have, now. Like, you got to coach them. I get what you're saying.
Yes. So that's, that's the struggle and that's the balance. But I think the coaches that can give everything that they have within them to the players that they're coaching is the ones that's going to be successful. And that's not easy. But the ones that do it, the nuances that the kids can learn from somebody who's played at the highest level, they're not going to get that anywhere else. I don't care who you are as a coach. If you haven't played at that level, there's certain things that Dawn could tell you that Gino maybe can't.
Yeah.
Because he ain't never did it at that level. So there's a difference. Not to take anything away from Gino. Great coach too.
So I have a 6-pack of questions for you.
Okay.
Sent in from people who wanted to ask you these questions. Especially when they go, oh, we ain't never WNBA player? Oh, yeah, I want to ask these questions. So the first question is, what's one game you still think about every now and then, whether it was an amazing game or a tough game?
Houston. 2001, the year before we won the championship, when Houston sent us home. We lost to them in a 3-game series, and we had home court advantage, so we had the higher seed, was supposed to win it, and they came into, at the time, we were playing not at the Staples Center, we was playing at the the Forum, right? The legendary Forum.
Yeah.
But they came in and stole, a game. So we lost to them in Houston, and then they came to LA, and we were supposed to protect home court, and we didn't. They snuck out of there and won that fourth championship. That was the game that still haunts me because we were right there. Probably should have won 3 championships, and that's probably what stopped us. But, I can remember like it was yesterday, laying on the Forum locker room floor and not wanting to leave. I left probably with the janitors at 9 o'clock at night, and the game was at 1 in the afternoon. I was sick. But what I will say is that game fueled all of us. Like, we went wherever we went, overseas, and everybody just worked on their game. And when we came back, we knew we was going to win the chip that next year.
Second question. If you can jump into today's WNBA for one season, what team would you want to run with?
Vegas.
I could have guessed that.
For sure. Perfect style for me.
I could have guessed that. I could have guessed that one right there.
Yes, sir.
All right. Who's in your top 5 WNBA players, past or present?
Oh, good question. Not including me, right? So
you can include you.
No, I'm not going to include. I'm not going to include me.
You might be humble and be like, I'm number 4. You might be humble.
I'm not going to include me, past or present, man. And I'm a little biased to my era, so I'm gonna go my era, and then I'll pick a few from here. But I'm gonna go Lisa Leslie. I'll go Delisha Milton-Jones. These are all teammates of mine. Let's see. I guess I got to get away from LA for a second. Cynthia Cooper. Tina and Cheryl. This era. Chelsea Gray.
Chelsea.
I love Chelsea. Who do I? Let me see. I'll go Asia Wilson.
I think she number 1.
Yeah, I love Asia. I like Angel's Grit. Who else? I'm trying to go down at all these in my head, all of these girls, team-wise. Gotta get me a little athletic small forward. Oh, my era, Tamecka Catchings is another one that I loved. We go Atlanta. I like Ron Howard's game too. Those are my 5 for this era.
There you go. You actually answered this earlier, just talking about how it is coaching the team you used to play for. But the next question is, what's something about the modern game you wish existed back when you played?
NIL. NIL, baby. Yo. Oh, my God. The money these kids is making is crazy right now. And I think about it, I'm like, man, if I had come up in this era, it'd be crazy.
I'm not going to lie to you. I think that kills the integrity of the game. And I am fully not a supporter of NIL. And I understand when you're coming from a certain area in life and background,
right,
the NIL helps you.
Right.
But at the same time, the NIL hurts the determination to be great from the young player. Because if I can give a young player $2.3 million to play college football.
What are they working for?
Like, I remember when Angel Reese was like, she wasn't in no rush to go to the WNBA because it's a pay cut.
Yeah.
That statement don't get made if she don't get NIL money.
This is true.
It's true. But now I question the integrity of certain players.
Right.
Because certain players who never had it get it. Well, people who never had it get it and show their true intents with it. And I think that kills a lot of professional sports today. Yeah. Because if you're a millionaire before you get here, a lot of y'all Ben Wallace's determination to be an NBA player was to help all them damn siblings out.
I got you.
Give it to him in college, he like,
I understand your gripe. I do. And I agree with a lot of what you said.
But then I do agree that they need it too, because I'm watching ESPN to watch you play, and you don't get $1 for that.
Yeah.
So it's like that. Like,
It's a push and pull. I think they got to put some guardrails around it. It definitely needs to be managed a little better. But to me, now you're looking at them like they're professional. They're professionals. You're getting paid, so it's now you got to show up and do your job. Or, like, I think I'm a proponent for contracts, because you got these kids that can just enter the transfer portal year after year after year. Like, there's no commitment to, like, they just chasing the money.
Yeah.
Right. They just chasing the money. Like, you see kids playing 4 years at 4 different schools. It's crazy. You got to put guardrails around it. How do you do that? You lock them in the contracts. All right, we're gonna give you this NIL money for this year, but this is a year by year thing. Like, if you don't perform, this money is going away. Or we're gonna pay the next player whatever we think we deserve, and it's coming out of, you gotta be able to bargain that way to keep them honest.
Yeah, like I remember when the NIL thing became a thing, and it was Nick Saban.
Yeah.
And he was like, yo, I'm retiring.
Yeah.
Like, he really just walked out. And it was like, yo, why you retire? He said, yo, I can't compete.
You can't compete.
Like, it used to be, this is the school to come to because of the culture. We win this championship.
Right. They don't care. Now it's
my man's college down there gave that man $7 million. And now he like, oh, I'm going to go over here. Like, that, it ain't even about winning or losing either.
Right.
Like, kids that go to any school.
Right.
Any school. Like, how much money you giving me? All right, well.
Yeah, you got the kid, AJ Bastanza, who's like was the number 1 player coming out this year at BYU. Why the hell he at BYU? Right? They ain't been a powerhouse in
forever.
Ever.
They have a player or two.
But if you pay him them $7 million, why is he going to BYU?
Then you see them like
crazy.
Like, it's just crazy. Like, you see them like, I can't remember the kid name, but the one Georgia quarterback transferred to Miami.
Yeah.
He got the money.
Right.
And then the other guy tried to transfer because he thought he was better.
Right.
And he waited out for the money. And it's like, yo, y'all kids. Like, y'all do that at the next level.
Exactly.
And it's just,
there's definitely some bad things about NIL. But yeah, I mean, they've been stiffing us athletes for a long time.
Especially the women.
A long time. And, these coaches been eating, the university's been eating, but the players, especially in my era, if my coach gave us pizza, she had to make that known. You know what I mean? Like, we couldn't get nothing.
So you seeing, what is your take on the whole not being paid what y'all deserve, or not being paid what y'all think y'all deserve? I know some women go, yo, I ain't asking to be paid like the men, but pay us like something.
Yeah.
So how do you feel about that whole thing?
I'm with that. I feel like, it's a process, right? You think about the NBA 20 years in. 20 years in, you just started getting $1 million contracts with the NBA. They were still flying commercial.
Yeah.
In the 80s, right? So, I had these conversations with my head coach, at the time, Michael Cooper. So I was able to get an inside look at, but 20 years in, they were doing that. So, I think we're right on par when you think about timing wise of where we are. But I feel like, everybody's not going to get that $1 million contract, but I think you start to make strides toward that. I think we're moving in the right direction. And, I just hope that, the players fight and stay together, band together, and get everything they want out of the collective bargaining agreement. But it has to be reasonable, right? It got to be reasonable for the owners, and for ownership and the players. But, should some players have $1 million contracts? Absolutely, right now.
I agree with you.
Women's sports is booming. It's a business. Now you can't, the TV deals, all of that's there now. So you have to start to look at it. You have to switch the model up. The old WNBA model ain't working no more.
Speaking of which, and I know you've seen the clip because I know it was sent to you. How do you feel about what happened with the commissioner in Afisa? I was going to ask it. That was one of my favorite. I had just started my sports show when I did that take too. Yeah. So how did that? Because what you saying that it triggered what she said about that.
Right.
Like you said, get everything you get out the collective bargaining agreement.
Right.
And she feel like, you know what I'm saying, y'all should be on your hands and knees and y'all even got one.
Yeah, no, it's crazy. I think she's a little disconnected, and you got to realize, you know, who your, I mean, obviously she has to play the field. She got to play the middleman, and she's got to listen to the ownership, but she's also got to listen to the players. Like, who are you representing, right? And there's a little bit of a disconnect between her and the players. And they've been having this gripe for a couple of years now, and I think she has to do a better job of connecting with the players, not just the stars of the league, but overall, like everybody in the league. Like, I think the other commissioners, especially the commissioners that were around when I was there, like Val Ackerman and some of the older commissioners, did an amazing job of that connection. So we never felt like it was, you know, us versus them. She has to do that. She has to do that. And these players are vocal about it. So it doesn't look good for her. It does not look good. So she got to fix that. It's her on her to fix it.
Nah, because I look at it like, I hear what she's attempting to try to say, but I just feel like she's 100% wrong because when they brought up the whole Caitlin Clark thing, in my head I'm going, yo, how could you possibly say that about her? Like, how could you possibly say that about, before she ever put a WNBA jersey on, she was must-see TV. Her and Angel Reese going back and forth was must-see TV.
Absolutely.
And they were in college uniforms. They weren't in professional. So for you to go, it's because of us. No, Ice Cube offered her $5 million to not go to you. So she did that out of I want to be in the WNBA.
Right.
She could have just went and got $5 million for Ice Cube to play against the men.
Yeah.
So how could you say it's you?
Right.
Like, I just, I didn't understand it. Like, because it's like,
totally disconnected.
I know who all these people are before they put these uniforms on.
Right.
My favorite player of all time is Maya Moore.
Okay. Yeah,
that's not a WNBA thing.
Absolutely.
Since college, I like Maya Moore. Like, that's my girl. She's the reason why I like that college.
Okay, yeah.
So it's like, and then you'd be like, yeah, man, y'all should be thanking me. If it wasn't for me, it's like, the fuck?
Right.
Like what?
Right. Yeah.
Right.
Nah, yeah, just disconnected. And she got to do a better job.
Then you're saying it to one of your best players. You ain't saying it to like somebody who don't have the power to make something happen. You're saying it to somebody who actually...
Right. And she got some work to do.
So y'all gonna advocate for Lisa Leslie to get it or not?
She should have been in. If Lisa wanted... I didn't even know like she had went for... You talking about a couple coaching jobs, right?
Yep.
Yeah. I didn't even know that she had done that. But, you know, to hear her say that, and it's amazing. Like, even with Lisa, yes, but like even with Spoon, like how does Chicago do that way to Spoon?
Yeah, that was random. that was random.
Like and then you come back the next year and you do worse. So it's not Spoon, is what you're telling me, right? But yeah, got to do a better job with our legends, especially if they want to come and give back to this league. Like, they should have opportunities to do so.
You know what I think the problem is, and this has been my problem with professional sports? I think the organizations care too much about what they fans think sometimes, or care too much about what the media thinks sometimes, and they don't make decisions that they want to make. They make decisions based on what everybody is yelling in their ear to do. That,
and I don't think they got enough basketball. A lot of times they don't have basketball minds in these positions of basketball.
That is true.
You know, it's not basketball people making these these are business people making these decisions.
Yeah.
Like, you got to get some basketball minds in there to even that out, to balance that out.
And I came to that conclusion because I'm friends with a lot of New York Knicks fans. I'm a Celtic fan, but I'm friends with a lot of New York Knicks fans. And they always talk about how they put that team together that they got right now,
Right.
and it's the one. And I said, y'all gonna throw all that shit away for one player? And they was like, what? And then this year they said, yeah, they was gonna trade all that for Giannis.
Right.
And it's like, that's like,
Right.
that's what y'all do.
Right.
Like, but I don't think y'all do it as a necessity. Like, I don't think organizations do it. So like, LA, the Liberty, it's like this is the bigger market.
Right.
So superstars should be here.
Right.
And lose.
Right.
You're still losing.
Right.
Superstar or not, you're still losing.
Right.
Without those superstars, you're winning.
Right.
Like we
True.
talk about the Liberty. My wife's a Liberty fan. I'm a Link fan.
Okay.
When they played in the finals, she was bragging, yeah, this. I said, congratulations for finally winning one. Ain't y'all 0-8? Ain't y'all,
This is a fact.
ain't y'all, cause y'all want to chase superstars? Ain't y'all 0-8? When we was over here just playing with a core team, but it's all about making money.
Right.
And it's like Vegas make it work because it's not about that. It's about winning. It's not about filling up the seats. You know they making enough money. They got like the only practice facility damn near. Like they have their own thing. Like this is ours. This is not funded by them. This is ours.
Yeah.
So it's like it works, but I just feel like in professional sports, women's sports, men's sports, all that, y'all need to do what's best for y'all. Which is why Houston got so many chips.
Right.
Which is why they won so many in a row.
Absolutely.
Then y'all go back to back.
Absolutely.
But if that's not the goal, and the goal is just to make money, then stack these players with names up and just move on.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, you got a point. You got a point. It's always a chemistry thing.
Always.
At the end of the day. But to me, they got to have some basketball minds in the front office, too.
Okay. Now, I'm finally having this conversation. One, with a female that's into sports. Mm-hmm. Two, with a female that played in the sport.
Right.
Of the exact league of the person I'm about to ask you about.
Okay.
Yo, what is your take on how women receive in the WNBA Caitlin Clark?
I think the women of the WNBA now it's just a competition thing. It's a competitive thing, right? Like I just look at it like if I was playing in this era right now, and I'm a vet, I've been in the league, and then you got this girl that they blowing up. If I'm a player, I'm circling that shit on the calendar, and I can't wait because I know all the cameras is gonna be watching her, and that's my time to shine. They just competitors. Like, I don't think off the court anybody has anything bad to say about Caitlin, but on the court, like, they just competing, and the media try to pit them versus Caitlin, but I don't think it's that. I just think it's a competition thing.
I asked that because, and no disrespect, because you played in the league.
Yeah.
So I don't want it to sound disrespectful what I'm about to say.
For sure.
But I feel like there are great players to have come and gone. Like I told you, I love Maya Moore.
Yeah.
There are great players that have come and gone, but there has never been, when it comes to star power.
Right.
This is y'all first walk into, this is what them NBA players go through. When it's like, I remember how they reacted when LeBron was coming.
Right.
And Darius Miles and all of them was like, oh yeah, he good enough to come off the bench.
Yeah.
And it's like the women, y'all always are a togetherness.
Yeah.
So it's never like it's Cheryl Swoops.
Right.
And then the rest of the team. It's like, it's all of them together.
Right.
And when Caitlin walked in, it was like, damn, they talking, y'all, I don't think y'all knew how to adapt to
Right.
the superstar. Mm-hmm. Like the money y'all feel like y'all deserve, the money y'all feel like y'all demand, they go to the person that can get it.
Right.
With no questions asked. They go to the person that can get it. And then it's like, it's more than just her in the league. Don't say that.
It is, though.
That may be true. That
is.
may be true. But that's what I mean by y'all not used to it.
Yeah.
Because you don't think LeBron sit there when they go, look at Steph Curry. When Steph Curry was on tennis, LeBron was like, fuck out of here.
Right.
But he ain't say it.
Right.
He just waited till he got on the court. Like you said, circled and said, I'm going to show you, Curry.
I don't think he said it because it wasn't that much attention on it. But with this situation, it's so much attention on it.
I don't think y'all used to that. That's why.
I mean, Nobody is. It's the first time it's ever happened, right?
But they don't. They won't admit that. Like they make it seem like they go back and no disrespect to the legends of the WNBA, but they go back and act like that happened before.
Yeah, I think when you talk
the media
about talent,
didn't exist. Yeah, talent
when you talk
is different.
about talent, it has happened before.
Yes.
What the difference is there was no social media back then, and all of this stuff that we have now to move the game forward, right? From a media standpoint, we didn't have all of that.
Exactly.
Right? It was word of mouth. It was the couple of games you seen. It was you coming out, but now you got all the social media, all the clips.
Mm-hmm.
Like the build-up started when these girls was in college, right? You started building it up. Their followings and all. It's just a different era, and so now you have where these girls have moved to the professional level. They already coming in with their 1 million followers, and they already have that star power, and so it's just a different mindset that you got to have. But from a purely like skill level pro, star, we had it.
Yeah.
We just didn't have the media attention and the all of that behind those stars that came out.
Yeah, and that'd be my only that'd be my only thing, because I just be sitting there, I'd be like, yo, I get it.
Yeah.
Y'all feel like other women are better than her.
Yeah.
Not saying she's the greatest basketball player to ever come out, but y'all clearly have never had the
This is a fact.
oh
This is
shit
true.
moment.
This is true.
And when cause she's in Indiana, broke all them jerseys selling records.
Yeah.
Which clearly is proof.
Yeah.
And this has never happened before.
Absolutely.
And then they'd be like, people sold jerseys all the time. No, they didn't. This is the proof that people have never done it. Or with big superstars come deranged fans, delusional fans.
Yeah, for sure.
She brought a bunch of delusional fans to the WNBA.
She did.
They go, I don't even know why fans acting like that. The same fan, I seen men fight over Jordan versus LeBron.
Right.
So this is y'all first time into that.
No, you're right.
And
like,
y'all
you got a point.
Y'all don't know how to react. Like it's just like, and granted, other women deserve it first.
Yeah.
But I think if every woman act like Aja Wilson, it wouldn't be a problem. Mm-hmm. That's the best woman in the league.
Yeah, for sure.
And she look at Caitlin Clark and be like,
bar none.
And she look at Caitlin Clark and be like, yeah. I'm gonna just go back and ask Nike for some more money.
Yeah.
People don't even see the stepping stool to it. They just see, oh, it ain't just her, it's me. That's fine.
Right.
That's fine. But LeBron is the first athlete that's actively playing that's a billionaire, which has now opened up the door for the next guy.
No, that's true.
To be a billionaire, which opened up the door for the next. But now but the women ain't looking at it like that. They just want to know, like, why her? And it's like, it don't do it matter.
Yeah.
Do it matter. It help you. Nobody watched. No disrespect. Again, I'm gonna keep saying that. Say nobody watched the Atlanta Dream all year. Indiana Fever is the day the world gonna stop.
Right.
Y'all better play y'all asses off.
Yeah.
But yet y'all on the court trying to beat her up. like here's the moment. Like she's the walking ticket. All right, walk with her. Angel Reese is another one that moves needles. Like people like to see her play.
Yeah.
But I get the difference in the media that Caitlin get and that she get. I do get it.
For sure.
But that's what happens when you're that hyped of a player. And like you said, there was no media.
Yeah.
When Shaq came out, imagine if Shaq came out now.
Right.
That's a different level of media. They was like, oh, that's Shaquille O'Neal.
Yeah.
Imagine Shaquille O'Neal in 2020.
Exactly.
Zion had a bigger coming out than Shaquille O'Neal did.
Exactly. It's just the evolution of media.
But I appreciate your answer.
Yes.
I appreciate that because I see so many women, girls in my day, and then the women in my day. A star is a star.
It's a fact.
Jay-Z can't help that Drake exists.
That's a
it's
fact.
Life.
No, that's true.
I can say competitively, can't rap better than me.
Right.
But I'm not gonna be up there like, how dare you put Drake in front of Nas? It's life, bro. Yeah. Like, unfortunately, you was born in an era where didn't nobody watch. Like, there was nothing to watch.
And you need it all. You need it all to move it forward.
And it moved. It moved from y'all and Lisa Leslie to Maya Moore and all them. To it moved. Like there are. How do you feel knowing that there are now eras in the WNBA?
I love it. I love it.
That was my only question I wanted to guarantee I said to you. That y'all have eras. Like,
That's
you
a
wasn't
fact.
around for the Shell Swoops era.
Yeah.
You wasn't around. How does that feel?
It's amazing. Because I remember, people not feeling like it was going to last as long as it did. And like I said, here we are moving on, approaching year 30. So,
Year 30, huh?
Yeah. So, it's in a beautiful place. I think it's primed to take its next step into, whatever that is. And women's sports is here to stay now.
I enjoy it too.
Yeah, and
I got the league pass and shit.
Yeah. All sports though. That ain't just look at.
No, but y'all having it was beautiful.
Yeah,
y'all having it was beautiful.
Yeah.
And then my wife from the house, she in the house mad. She like, how dare they go up to $25? I said, do you know how much the NBA pass? I said, I'll buy this shit every year.
Right.
Like, she was mad as hell. She was like, and then they gonna go up $25 on the. I said $25.
Right.
I said it costs like $150 to watch the men play basketball.
And don't talk about that NFL package. That's crazy. So yeah, we good. We moving.
How hard was it to get the respect, especially y'all being the first class to really do it? Like, how hard was it to get the respect that women's basketball is not for fake? Because I always say my favorite era is y'all era. I like when women who play the sport come to play the sport and not come to look pretty.
Right.
Because my last guest said, it ain't nothing but baddies in the WNBA now.
Yeah.
And I'd be like, that's the reason why I like the crossover, get to the shot. Stop coming.
Yeah.
I don't care that you cute. Score. Like, just score the basketball.
We joke about it all the time, how they have the little, the tunnel walks and tunnel fits and I ain't care about none of that. All I wanted,
just hoop.
That all was a distraction to me back then. I didn't want no cameras on me. Like, let
just
me come
hoop.
do. Yes, it was just about the game, And then you got to do the entertainment is a part of it too. So you got to fulfill that side of it. But I think the girls, the women now are doing a good job of blending the two. But yeah, in my era, it was just strictly about the game. That's all it was for me.
And you know what I think is the hardest part about the game for the women? And I could be wrong, but I feel like I'm right. I talk to enough men who say stuff that lets me know I'm leaning more to the right side.
Right.
It's literally the fact that it's women. It ain't even if they good or bad. It's literally the fact that it's women. People be like, oh, this ain't on. The WNBA has never turned a profit.
Right.
But then that same person that's telling me that never watched it.
Right.
And they don't watch it because it's women.
Right.
And it's just be like, yo, give it a try. Now, I get it all. Like, I am not a fan of the women football thing.
Yeah.
I'm not a fan of that.
Yeah.
But the WNBA, I am a fan of it.
Right.
Now, am I a diehard fan? Nah, because my team don't play on TV. So I only can see them if they're in the finals. But I just feel like, because my boy, he be like, yeah, I watch it. You see how good they be looking? I said, I watch it for basketball.
Yeah.
And he was like, what? I said, what the hell else am I watching it for?
Yeah.
And he like, nah. I said, yo, I said, that's why the WNBA, y'all want it going.
Right.
If it was filled with fans like you, it's where it is today.
Right.
And he like, that's not fair. He tried to use the NFL as a comparison.
Right.
He said, women love Jalen Hurts.
Right.
I said, you talking about the quarterback from the Eagles, right? He said, yeah. I said, now imagine if the NFL fan base was dominated by, ooh, he cute.
Right.
I said, the NFL would be gone.
Right.
And I said, the WNBA fan base is dominated by people that go, ooh, she cute.
Right.
Instead of going, oh, damn, she can play basketball. She all right.
Yeah.
So now you sit here and you watch the game and you sit in a room full of people and all they like, ooh, look at her lashes. Like, yo, come on, son. Like, it's other stuff you can look at.
This is a fact.
I feel like that's the fan base.
Right.
And the fan base, like, you got some that really like sports. Like, my wife loves the WNBA. And you got some people that watch it for like weird, like, oh, yeah, she cute. That's why I like her.
Right.
And it's like, yeah, that's in every sport. That's in male sports too.
Right.
Rihanna loves LeBron.
Right.
But it ain't a bunch of Rihannas that fuel the NBA. It's a bunch of actual basketball fans that watch basketball and be like, damn, he balling his ass off.
Yeah.
And there's a couple over there in the corner like, oh, he look good.
Yeah. You got to have it all. To me, You gotta have them all. Bring them. If that's what's gonna get you to the game, then hopefully we make a fan out of you when you leave. And that's always how it's been.
I be telling my wife be mad at me. We be watching the game. I'd be like, yo, just look. She'd be like, what you looking for? The ugliest person on this court playing her ass off right now. And then she'd be like, get out my face. Girl will catch a block, the camera pass. She'd be like, oh, I'd be like, I told her, look at her. Playing her ass off. And the prettiest girl on there on some bullshit. Look at her. She ain't even sweating. She ain't even playing. I'm like, but look at that ugly one right there balling.
Right.
So even like that's truly how I feel. And then because my boy always say, well, what can help the WNBA? Mm-hmm. I said, y'all taking it serious. And I said, it ain't them, it's y'all.
Yeah.
I said, first y'all used to say they didn't score too much.
Right.
And they started scoring.
Right.
Now y'all like lower the rim so they could dunk. Then that's disrespectful.
Yeah, for sure.
It's like, yo, it's weird because women have dunked with it that high. So
right.
It's just in the space and let's just take the fan base you got.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Now, do I believe max contract should be given out to some people? Yes. Aja Wilson should be the highest paid player in the league, and that's not a question.
Without a question.
That's without a question.
Without a question. It's not even close.
I hope the collective bargaining agreement can get up to at least fucking $5 million because in my 9 to 5, it sucks that I make more money than professional women, and it's just like. The veterans minimum in the NBA is like 100,000. Mm-hmm. I don't even know what the veteran minimum is in the WNBA, but I know there are all-stars.
Yeah.
I make more money than yearly. Mm-hmm. And that's not fair.
Yeah, that's crazy.
That's not fair at all. Like, yo, if I'm making $70,000 a year and I work a 9 to 5,
right?
And she's a professional athlete that's on television overseas doing the Olympics,
right.
At $48,000 a year, it makes no sense.
Yeah.
And I get it; it's turn a profit, and you gotta get what you bring in. But I don't bring my job $70,000 a year, so it's like, all right, so it's tricky.
Yeah, it is. But like I said, I think this collective bargaining agreement, you're gonna see the needle move. Substantially,
it should,
as it should. You know, the one thing I hope that the players do fight for is housing. You know, because now they're saying they're gonna pay you the contracts, but we're not gonna get you housing.
Not gonna give you the housing.
But you come like we only play 5 to 6 months out of the year in that location, right? So you're not there long enough to make it make it a home. So I hope that they fight, for that in addition to some other things, but we'll see how it plays out.
And I also think whoever in charge, not commissioner-wise, but who's ever in charge of like marketing, I truly feel like they're doing a disservice by not going all the way in with promotion.
Oh, for sure.
Like it's either at this point, we 30 years in. At this point, it's winner go home.
That's it.
How much y'all do for the NBA Finals? All right, just give them a third of that,
right?
Because if I wasn't married, I wouldn't know when the WNBA Finals is.
Yeah.
And I like the WNBA.
Right.
There's not a commercial.
Right.
There's not a nothing.
They should go all in.
It's not a nothing. I love Sabrina Ionescu, and I love her sneakers, the her version of the Kobe's. Mm-hmm. There should be no reason why I can't find them.
Yeah, for sure.
So it warmed my heart. You had to see my face. I don't even know who Angel Reese signed to.
Reebok.
But I was in the store and I seen them.
Yeah.
And it was like the new Angel Reese sneaker. I was like, yo, you can finally buy a pair of female basketball shoes.
Yeah.
It had pictures.
Right.
It was like they'd be in the store. I was truly excited.
Right.
Because I've been trying to buy some. I'm trying to buy the shoes for my wife, not even me.
Right.
And it just sucked. Like, you gave her a sneaker deal, you sell her sneaker, and then I can't buy it.
Can't find it nowhere.
So when I seen Angel Reese poster, I was like, look at Reebok.
Yeah.
They got her sneaker.
Yeah. Shaq, they behind it. They doing the right thing. They doing the right thing.
That's all I feel. I just feel like if they really push it, they can really do it. Like, there's no reason why Caitlin Clark jerseys should still be sold out. Y'all ain't re-up yet.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Like, y'all ain't re-up yet. Like, it ain't like y'all bringing them back and they selling out again. They sold out and y'all was like, all right, man, we gonna get there. We gonna get there. No, bring it back.
Right. Nah, I agree.
So I feel like the people who are in charge are 1 foot in, 1 foot out. Mm-hmm. And that's why we have this problem.
Mm-hmm. No, it's true. And that should be from from a league standpoint, and it also should be from an organization standpoint. So franchise by franchise.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
tag team that.
And people can't tell me I don't know what I'm talking about when I see how Vegas is all the way in.
All the way in.
All the way in. Yo, build them women a practice facility.
Yep. I mean, but you got people who have to compete with that. So now you got Phoenix is coming. Mm-hmm. Phoenix is building theirs. You got Indiana's building theirs. Like now you got other organizations that are saying we got to match that. This is what you need. You got owners. You need owners that are all in. That's going to lift the league up collectively.
Yeah, Richard.
And it's happening.
Like Richard Jefferson said, he said, yo, every NBA team got a private jet. Richard Jefferson said, yo, when I got drafted, there was only one team in the NBA with a private jet. We all flew commercial.
Yep.
He said there was only one team, and that one team motivated every owner.
That's it.
To get a private jet.
That's a fact.
When I seen Vegas do that, I said, "Oh, they got money."
That's a fact.
And now everybody doing it.
Yeah, that's a fact. And when I tell you all in, he all in, because he gave them bonuses that they didn't like. He gave all the players after they won bonuses. It was like I don't even know what it was. I think it was $100,000 per player after they won a chip, and they made, the league was like, everybody can't do that. So, like, no, make everybody else raise to that level. Like, this is where you want to be. Mark Davis is not playing.
Yeah, granted, there are some organizations that suck, and that's in like every sport.
Yeah,
that don't have the financial backing that they should have.
But this is in every sport, like you said.
Yeah, this is in every
NBA
sport.
dealing with it too. You got the smaller markets that can't compete with the New Yorks and the LAs, but you got to find a balance.
Hold on, let me see. I had another question.
All right.
I had another question. Damn, phone unlocked. All right, I got it. Her last question was, why do you think we don't see more former players getting into coaching? As in other sports, though.
I don't think that you mean it professionally or just coaching.
Yeah, professionally.
Period. I don't think the WNBA the NBA does a good job of keeping their former players around.
Except for Patrick Ewing, but God.
Yeah, but I mean, a lot of the organizations will reach back. And
I get you.
I don't think.
And Charles Oakley, my bad.
Oh yeah. Hopefully they fix that.
Yo, man, they did my boy Charles Oakley bad. Yo. I'm sorry, yo. You saying like most of the Knicks hate their alum. The Knicks hate everybody. They do Patrick Ewing dirty. They did Charles Oakley dirty. They do everybody dirty.
But if you look, they got a lot of them around, like Allen. They got Larry Johnson. They got, Steph came back. They got a lot of their former players doing stuff in the community. They keep them around. The WNBA, that doesn't happen. And so I think, it has to be the organizations that like reach back, and former players want to be a part of these organizations in some way. And so hopefully, you get that connection back. And I know we talk about it a lot. I'm a part of the Retired Players Association. And a lot of the former players just feel like a lot of the organizations don't reach back to the former players. So I think that needs to, definitely change.
I got you. And what do you, this is one of my last questions.
Okay.
What do you hope to get out of coaching? Is it to stay at the high school level, or is it to when they move to the next?
For me, it's high school. I just feel like, the city of Linden, when I was coming up, was instrumental in my success. And it's probably the only job I would have ever taken. Coaching definitely wasn't, am I supposed to? Coaching wasn't something that I felt like I wanted to do. I was an entrepreneur before I took a coaching position. And that was kind of like my lane. But I wanted to find a way to give back to a community that I felt did so much for me. And what better, opportunity to have to be able to come back into the school system and be around my girls and all of, the students in Linden, and just, let them know that they can do, they can achieve what I achieve. I'm from the same place that they are. So to see a living example every day is what I wanted for them.
Coach, I always wanted to say that. Coach, I know you had a long day.
Yes.
Before she came here, she was at the scrimmage.
Yes.
They was getting it in too.
We was.
Yeah, before they was in the scrimmage. So I do want to thank you taking time out your night and coming here and sitting with me on the I Don't Care What You Think podcast. It was an honor and
Thank
a
you.
pleasure.
Thank you. It was a pleasure being here, man. We got to do it again.
Of course, whenever. You always welcome. You know what? I'll do you one better. Me and Andy would like to come to Linden.
Come on to a game.
Yeah, and we want to work with y'all.
Absolutely. Come on. I would love that.
All right. So
whenever we ready, whenever y'all ready.
And that's whenever you ready. It ain't whenever, when y'all season started?
We start, first game is Saturday against Patterson Eastside. And we on a roll after that.
All right. So
we'll make it happen. Y'all ever face Woodbridge? We don't face Woodbridge this year.
Why, that's your team or something?
Okay.
Your sister play for Woodbridge?
Oh, wow.
She good?
What year?
She's a junior now.
Okay. Yeah. I actually tried to schedule Woodbridge this year, but it just didn't work out schedule-wise. Yeah. All right. Thank you guys for having me, though. It's been a pleasure.
She ass. Your sister ass. Just got to throw that out there.
She's better at soccer because
she ass.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, she ass.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nah, she probably got some skill, though.
Once he yell out.
When you said she plays soccer, I know she run all day.
Once they set it off for one of these, she better ass. you know that mean the other sport. But she might be a
okay.
See, she a beast at that. She a beast at that.
She run for days then.
See, she better ass. So you know what they do? They be like, yo, go catch a foul. Yeah. She out there like, Much respect. Much respect.
Thank you. Appreciate y'all. What's up, everybody? This is Tamecka Dixon, 2-time WNBA champion, 3-time WNBA All-Star, and y'all are watching the I Don't Care What You Think podcast, baby.